turtle? And the turtle answered, just ahead of you, Garuda. If you beat me, you can eat me. Oh, said Garuda, you have beaten me. You will not be eaten. And Garuda continued flying, weak now, towards the northern mountains as the night fell. And Turtle was not eaten. Now that's the end of the story. But my question to you is, how did Turtle do it? I mean, just this small creature swimming in the swamp, how could he possibly have outpaced the magnificent demigod Garuda? That magnificent, huge, shining bird. Just if you have an idea, whisper to the person next to you. I wonder if there's anybody who knows how Turtle did it. Oh, there's a young man with his arm high in the air. Yes, you with the white, yeah, well, you've all got white shirts on, haven't you? Yes. Could you say it louder so I can hear? You think when he's in water, Turtle can swim really fast? But not as fast as that magnificent bird. He couldn't possibly do that. Now, I wonder if anybody has got a different idea, which they're really sure is the answer. Looking particularly at the student sitting right at the back. Has anybody got an idea how he did it? I'm going to go for one more guess. Who's sure? Who's really sure? You really sure?
I am.
You sure? What do you think? Say it loudly. Did he have a what? A boost? Like a jetpack? No, he didn't. But I heard someone say, did he have a brother? Who said that? Well, if you thought that, you're exactly on the right line. Listen. That evening, when Garuda had flown away, Turtle whispered to the other turtles in the swamp. Brothers, sisters, cousins, aunts, uncles, friends, help me, and told them what to do. And they went and swam and told other turtles, more to the west and the north and the south and the east. The word spread throughout the swamp until all of the thousands of turtles knew what to do when they heard Garuda call. They only had to say, just ahead of you, Garuda, if you beat me, you can eat me. Alone, Turtle couldn't have survived. But together, sharing with all of the community of turtles, working together, that's how Turtle did it. We're always strong when we work together, aren't we? I think that's a bit like Willowbrook, isn't it? Do you think it's a bit like Willowbrook?
Yeah.
Do you all cooperate together?
Yeah.
I get a feeling when I come to Willowbrook that it's a really strong community. Don't you think so, staff?
Yes.
Don't you think so, children? Everybody helps each other, just like the turtles in the story. Well, that story comes all the way from Thailand, and it was told to me so long ago that I don't remember the name of the Thai student who told it to me. But He also was a student that I taught, probably about 15 years ago in Exeter. But to finish off with, I want to tell you my newest story. I learnt this story this year, and I learnt it from Jalil Kwad. And Jalil Kwad comes from Iraq. Yeah, he comes from Iraq. And Jalil Kwad is now a student at the university. He's doing his PhD in mathematics, because he's a lecturer of mathematics at university in Iraq. We're going through hard times in Iraq, but Jalil told me this wonderful story. It's very short, very memorable, and if I tell it to you, I think you can go home and tell it to other people over the weekend. So, that's right. Jalil Kwad's story. Are you ready for the last story? Yeah. Are you ready to listen? Yeah. Are you ready to remember? Kwaivepo, Zefunde, Za, Kwaivepo, Kwaivepo. Pigeon was thirsty. Pigeon flew down to a pool. There in the pool, Pigeon saw an ant. The ant was drowning in the water. Pigeon felt sorry for the ant. Pigeon took a dry leaf and dropped it into the pool. The ant climbed onto the dry leaf and was safe. Sometime later, the ant saw a hunter. The hunter was just about to shoot the pigeon. The ant remembered the pigeon's kindness. The ant bit the hunter on his foot. The hunter cried out in pain. The pigeon heard and flew away, safe. It's a story that is told in Arabic-speaking countries. It's a story I give to you, and you can retell it. I've told so many stories on Wednesday and today, and you've listened fantastically well. I think you're absolutely brilliant. I'd like to say to Miss Johns, thank you for inviting me back to Willowbrook. I'd love to come back again if you'll have me. But right now, I'd like to say, well done for your listening. Please go and tell these stories from Wednesday and the ones today, the stories from Japan and the Ukraine, the story of the dog and the wolf, the story of Manju from Japan, the story of Garuda and turtle from Thailand, and the story of pigeon and ant from Iraq. Go and tell them over the weekend if you can remember them. And you know what? If you don't remember the whole story, just if you don't remember the whole story, just make up the bits that you don't remember, because the story will still work well and you can use your imagination. As you leave the hall, just like yesterday, just like Wednesday, tell me which story from today that you'd like to tell. Whether it's pigeon and ant or one of the other stories. I'm really interested to know. Thank you again. Thank you.
Today I'm going to send some of my Year 6s to come around, and they're going to collect your reading miles, and they're going to help me work it out. On Monday's assembly, Mrs. Marlowe is going to tell you which class has read the furthest. How far have we gotten all the way around the world? And don't forget that your homework this week is to take a photograph of you reading in a really peculiar place. And you can get your families to email them to school, or you can print them off and bring them into school. But we're going to stick them up in the library, and all the adults are going to do one as well. So that's your option. Right, let's have... Well, oh, fantastic sitting over there. Again, the reception sitting beautifully. If you are in